Welcome to Coffee and Tequila. This is Zach and Jen watch The Handmaid's Tale, Season 5, Episode 9, Allegiance. My name is Zach.
I'm Jen.
Yeah.
I'm Jen.
Jen and Zach, Zach and Jen. I'm addicted to watching people watching the Sister Wives on freaking TikTok.
Oh my God. I know. Because shit is hilarious.
It is like, but it's funny how they do it. They'll just like record.
There's a big following, but we should be covering the damn Sister Wives because it blows my mind every week. I'm like, I thought he can't get more narcissistic, but he is.
And every week cut to his interview and he's sitting there shaking his curls, and his curls are just like shaking in front of his face, like ramen noodle hair. You know
what? I'm all for Christine. Go, Christine. Live your best life.
Go, Christine, and go, Janelle. I love that Janelle. Janelle could be in that marriage or she could not. She doesn't really care. Okay, she's getting a benefit both ways. She's like, do you want to stay married to me, Cody? Okay, then we'll stay married.
And you're gonna live in my tray. You're gonna come visit me in my fifth wheel. And you don't have anywhere to put all your stuff. I'm sorry that you have to have stuff for every house. Take it to Robin's.
Just take it to Robin's. Oh, listen, I am a late Sister Wives viewer.
I've always watched it.
I've watched it here and there. So I watched it when it first came out. I remember when it was like big in the news, big in the news when it first came out. Like it was a big deal. And then I watched when Mary was getting catfished. I watched that. And then I'm like keeping up with it now. I don't even know how it came back into my life. I think it just like started popping up on TikTok, and I started watching it again. And so I've been keeping up with it each week, and I just like am blown away by these people.
Did you see Janelle tell him to fuck off?
No, I didn't see that.
It is hilarious. No, it's on TikTok where he's telling her something. I don't even remember what, and she gets up and she walks away and she's like, "Fuck off."
That's Janelle, or are you sure that's not Christine?
No, that's Janelle. I think Christine wouldn't say that. Christine's really nice, and Janelle's nice, but she's not going to put up with this crap either.
Yeah, I don't know. And then Robin, man, like I had a little bit of sympathy for Robin at one point in time, and because people did hate on her, and they were like, well, she's the newcomer, and she's the young wife, and they did like make fun of her a little bit. But now I like see what they were talking about is that she's so manipulative.
Oh,
she's
for
so
sure.
manipulative.
She
will go to her ass don't ever go and hang out with Mary. None of them hang out with Mary.
And did you see her go with Mary and try to be Mary's best friend?
Yes,
and
pull
talk
up
shit
a
about
chair
Christine? I know.
Freaking sit there, and she tried to get everything out of Mary. Meanwhile, Mary's sitting there going, "Yeah, well, I've been through it with Cody too. Cody." But see, Mary is like a weird one where she's kind of like hot potatoing around, where she doesn't really know her place there anymore.
I think Mary doesn't really feel like she has a place there anymore, but I think Mary doesn't have a whole lot of self-esteem where she feels like she could really be happy on her own. So I don't know. I kind of feel sorry for Mary a little bit, but did you know that on her bed and breakfast, or at her bed and breakfast, and I think it was this month,
I think I saw.
She was having like a thing where you could go it was spend.
It sounded like
days.
It sounded like an MLM to me. It sounded like a LuLaRoe at Lizzie's Heritage Inn, something like that. You had to spend I don't know. It's weird. You had to spend like $4,500.
It was like $4,500. Yeah. For 4 days.
So that was not even the VIP package. That was the normal package, and you may or may not get a shared room. At that, in Lizzie's Heritage Inn, you'll only get like a couple meals, like breakfast. I don't know what you're doing there all day. And then the VIP one, you may or may not get a shared room in Lizzie's Heritage Inn for like $6,000. I don't know. Go get your money. Go
do it just so I can try and talk some sense into her.
I don't even know. I don't know, because then Mary is sitting there talking shit about Christine too, and so I don't have like the highest opinion of Mary either. I
think Mary just doesn't know what to do.
I think she's trying to appease the wrong side, is what it seems like.
But I'm all for Christine. Go, Christine, and go, Janelle. Be yourself. Her kids are first. Cody is the biggest freaking victim I've ever seen in my life. He is the one that said he didn't even want to be with Christine. The
thing that confuses me is like, why is he just not in a single marriage? It's because of financial benefit, I think.
Right.
I think this whole thing has turned into a financially beneficial like scenario for Cody, for most of them, right? And Christine didn't want a financially beneficial marriage anymore. She wanted to go off and she wanted to have like a real relationship, a real life, outside of that. She didn't want to fucking move to Coyote Pass. Are you kidding me? She's like,
I know. Who wants to live
way.
at fucking Coyote Pass
Janelle.
anyway? In her fifth wheel, but she's got to get permission from the other wife.
It's so stupid, but like,
oh my God, why
because
are we
Cody
even
has
talking-
basically, y'all need to already know that we go into a little bit of what we've been watching before we get into the Handmaid's Tale. So you can skip forward. I'll have the timestamp on the screen. You can just skip forward. Cody has already said, and they've all acknowledged it. You know that, right? They all acknowledged the same thing. Nobody's telling a lie here. Cody has acknowledged that he has no relationship with Mary, doesn't really care for a relationship with Mary, has no relationship with Janelle, has never really had a relationship with Janelle. And then him and Christine are broken up, but that he had never really had a relationship with Christine either. But he wants to stay married to all of them. Well, then why?
Right.
What is the reason other than money?
Right. No, I think you're right. I just think I am just not a Cody fan. He's just always playing the victim. I cannot stand that. He is so worked up over COVID and how scary COVID is, and he has to cut shit short so he can go test and go see Robin's kids, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he'll go officiate a wedding, but he wouldn't go to his own kids' surgery. And he wouldn't I don't want to drive my other kid all the way across the country to college. Why would I want to do that when I'm not with the mom? Because it's not about the mom and you. It's about the child.
I don't know. And then Cody's over at the wedding and he's dancing. And it was so cringy.
I know I was
terrible.
Out watching and
nobody was dancing with him. They were all in a circle and he's and
then on a TikTok, Christine was laughing at him. Go hang out with Christine.
I guess maybe.
I love Christine. I do really, really love Christine. A lot. I would like to just go hang out with her and Janelle. Like we could just go have wine.
You know what's funny?
And Christine and Janelle.
Did you see that TikTok I sent you where they were pointing out the differences? So it's like Christine saying, yeah, Janelle, now that she's living on Coyote Pass, she's always at my house. She's always doing laundry. We have coffee every day. And then cut to Robin, and she's like, yeah, I go and sit out on Coyote Pass, and I never see Janelle. I never see her there, though. So I guess I would hang out with her if she was there. And then she goes.
I love the TikToks of them, though.
They're really funny. Them. These people watching the show are like hilarious.
I know.
And then you'll see like a 3-minute clip of them just filming their TV as it plays, and maybe the person filming will maybe say like 3 words, so they'll be filming a whole conversation between Christine and Cody. Cody will say something, and you'll just hear from the background go, wrong, liar, or they'll say, money, and they won't say nothing else. I don't know what this person looks like. I don't know what their intentions are.
It really is like a train wreck, and I love to watch it because I just want to tell Cody what I think so bad. I wish that Cody would see this and that he would reach out to me I can tell him what I really think about him.
It sounds like you were trying to set yourself up for a sister wife position to me.
I definitely could never be a sister wife.
Get your own house. Do you remember when they had? I need to go back and watch when they left Vegas. Because do you remember when they had that big ass cul-de-sac and they all had these big ass houses? Where did that go? What happened there? Do you know?
Well, now they seem like they're so poor. Well, I think they sold all of that somehow. I don't know how you would sell something like that, but they sold all of that and then they moved. But the thing is that they say they can't build on Coyote Pass until it's paid off,
which makes sense to me.
I don't understand. Okay, but don't they have money? They should.
I don't know.
Where's the money from the show from 20
years? I don't even know what it's been on for a long time. Season 17, they should have some money put away. But it's been for the family. It's to buy Robin's house, okay?
Probably. The sisters are buying, but they want Christine's money from the sale of her house.
She really Christine won't argue with anybody either.
I know.
But she'll make her point very clear.
And one more thing, I know we need to get started, but one more thing. Did you see the one where it said he was like, well, we're going to have to work out a custody agreement or the state is going to take her.
He don't know nothing what he's talking about. He don't know anything he's talking about.
He's so manipulative.
Yeah.
But she's too smart for him.
And they were all real mad at her about her saying she was already divorced. And she's like, I'm not part of the church. We don't have anything in paper. What do you mean? Yes, I'm already divorced.
Yeah, I said I was divorced. Just like I said I was married, I said
hardly
I'm divorced.
Any of them are in that damn church.
I want my food out of the food storage.
She even said, give me the money from my house. Y'all keep all of my food in the storage. I don't want any of it. I don't want my Cody Pass land. Just let me go.
She didn't want the bedroom furniture.
Like he ever wanted to sleep in that bedroom furniture anymore, right? Like, then take the bedroom furniture to Robin's house, okay? Go set yourself up a bedroom at Robin's house.
So Robin's sad about it, though. She's so sad.
We need like a Sister Wives, a Handmaid's Tale, like mashup. You know, we need like a crossover. That'd be wild. Speaking of Handmaid's Tale, let's go.
Handmaid's
Tale. This episode is called Allegiance. I don't know how I felt about this episode. I have to be honest.
Meaning what?
Meaning I don't know if I was like vibing with it.
Well, I think it was a little, it wasn't, okay. So when I watched it this morning, I felt like it was just a little bit slow. I felt like I didn't get much from it. But this evening when I watched it again, I was able to kind of, I don't know, get a little more from it. Yeah. So I think you get more sometimes if you rewatch. So
I probably should have given myself time to watch it this morning and then watch it like right before we recorded. But
I definitely appreciated it more.
I did appreciate the episode, and I appreciated what the episode was doing, and so I'm very excited to talk about it, because now we know why. There's Allegiance, yeah. It is directed by Bradley Whitford, and we open with Tuello and June and Luke at the air hangar, and he's, like, explaining the plan. So, like, they're about to go, and who is it, Commander Vance that we meet?
Yes.
One episode, we meet him. He's like shakes June's hand, and they're talking. And so the plan is to go get Hannah, right? It's to go get all the girls, or
I mean, I don't understand why they would just get Hannah when they did comment that all of the girls that are there at that school are all basically the stolen girls, the kidnapped girls. So what I think is they're going to get all of the girls.
That's what I kind of picked that up.
What makes Hannah so special that they would only get her. Now I love Hannah. I think she's beautiful. I want her to go home, but other people had their children stolen too. So why would they just take her?
Well, and that's what I was a little like uneasy about. I'm like, this is a big risk operation just to go and get one
for sure
girl just for June. Like I know that they owe June a lot, but like they can't be taking risks like that, you know. So I would that leads me to believe it is all of the girls they were going for.
Right.
But yeah, they've got a whole plan. They're getting ready to go. It seemed too good to be true from the outset, and I knew it was going to be. I thought
that too.
It was like I was not even surprised how that turns out.
I was excited, but I didn't expect, because I mean, truthfully, if they were to have been successful in saving Hannah and all of the other girls, then what would be left of the show, really? You know what I mean?
Well, they've got a lot left of the show. There's a whole world out there.
Right. But
yeah. And we kind of cut over to Serena Joy, and Serena Joy is
oh,
I thought she was going to play her Handmaid Tale a little bit better. She is not cut out for Handmaid Tale.
She's doing it.
She is not.
She is. She starts to say stop sometimes, and then she stops, and she's polite, and she's like, you know what? You're right.
June worked her way up to being a little firecracker, okay? Serena Joy went in there being like, okay, June was always a pain in my ass, so let me just be a pain in the ass. That's what I'm going to do. And it gave me chills when Mrs. Wheeler is like, he's my smart boy, or, you know, starts referring to him as her son. I'm like,
because basically she's like, you need to start pumping, because Serena was gonna feed him. She's like, you need to start pumping because, you know, drinking from a bottle was all he really knew. He's not even that old, number one, because he's still tiny. But yeah, no.
It just, I don't know. I don't know.
Like,
That whole.
and Serena's like, he'll be confused. She's like, no, he's my smart boy. And she looks legit crazy.
She's
in her eyes. She looks crazy.
She's getting crazier. Let's kind of like we're gonna consolidate a couple of these scenes real quick. We're gonna like just consolidate the Serena Joy stuff and talk about it all right now.
You have to reel me in because I have a lot to say.
Let's just because I don't want to break away from Serena Joy when I'm on a thought train, and and break away from June when I'm already on a thought train. So let's go ahead and go into all of the Serena Joy stuff, right? Like her big plan here is she wants to go to the center, the fertility center that she helped orchestrate with Noah, and she thinks it would be, and that's a great publicity move, by the way. Like, right? She's still trying to be.
Yeah, she was 100% right about that, and it was her idea in the first place. Why wouldn't she go?
Yeah.
And if they're trying to promote fertility and promote Gilead, why wouldn't she be the symbol of that? Holding her baby that she was successful in creating and giving birth to in a barn. I mean, against all odds.
Mrs. Wheeler, has a little bit of a point here in that Serena Runner, exactly. Serena runs. She takes off. She's a runner. She's a track star, she's gone every chance she gets. She does not wait around. Okay. Whereas like June was like, should I do it? Is this the right opportunity? Serena Joy is like, I see a car.
But June escaped more than one time.
Yes,
she escaped several times. She just always
so
got
Serena Joy just thinks she's June now.
Because she learned from the best.
Oh my god.
Anyway, what were your thoughts about Miss Wheeler slapping?
She's just crazy now. Like I guess she's always been crazy, but we're seeing the crazy more and more. And I'm also seeing that she is the one that is like, it seems more like, so we know they're out there. They don't have to follow any rules set by Gilead. They're kind of living their own Gilead lifestyle here. And Mrs. Wheeler does remark that, that her husband does not follow the other commander's rules. He doesn't do that. He doesn't have to do that. And then at the end, the look that she gives him when he gives Serena Joy a little bit of validation lets me know that she's the one that calls the shots.
Yes. And then he just kind of looked at her and shut his mouth because he's a little corny acting anyway. I don't know.
He's annoying.
He's he's a little annoying to me.
But she's like, she's harsh, and I think Serena Joy knows she needs to get out of this situation. She can't really like stick around too much, especially when this woman is clearly speaking about this baby like it is her own baby. So we know that the baby is hers if that baby is in her house, right? Serena, it's like she's reading The Handmaid's Tale, like June's diary, right? Because she's like, chapter 4, I went down to Commander Waterford's office, and so she goes down there. Surprised she didn't bring like a box of Yahtzee or Scrabble is what they played.
Yep, they didn't play Scrabble. She didn't read a magazine.
Didn't have to go to the Jezebels, but she goes down there. Can I just
point out how pretty the doors were, though? Did you notice that? Oh, well, you'll have to go back and look at it. They were beautiful when she looked through and saw him sitting in there. I just wanted to say that. Just side note.
Well, I think that was also a little
architecture.
Bit. I don't know if that was just architecture, if that was also a little bit of symbolism. It was probably just architecture. I'm probably looking into it too much, but like it looked to me like he is more accessible through these doors than Waterford was to June because he had a closed door. But Mr. Wheeler his doors are a little bit more open. So Serena Joy does go and talk to him, a la June and Commander Waterford. But it's just, she just is having like an easier time in this household. And I kind of wanted her to go through the trials and tribulations of Handmaids a little bit more than just getting her successes pretty quickly.
Well, I think for Serena Joy, it's not an easy time. I mean, you can't even really compare the two because Serena's not even used to being confined at all. She's in charge all the time. She's not in charge here. So she is having to learn how to shut her mouth, keep the peace, not say anything.
However, that must be so hard for her.
The nanny.
I know. I love the nanny.
The nanny.
I love the nanny.
And I think unspoken words, I think she was helping Serena. I think she knew Serena was going to take off. She handed her the diaper bag. I mean, she just knew what was going on.
I don't know if I agree
What?
with you. We're getting to that. So Serena Joy does convince, not Waterford, Wheeler.
You think there's a tracker in there?
No, but she convinced him to like let her go and do the center, right, and do her little appearance at
Right.
the center, which pissed Wheeler off, right? Because the
Oh,
thing with
yeah.
the big thing with Serena Joy and June was they've always butted heads, and they've always kind of like had this really like relationship with friction. I don't know. There's no word for it.
Right.
It has
It's
a lot
a
of
push
friction
and
in
pull
it.
relationship
Yes.
between
Yeah.
the two of them.
But June knew her place in that house, and she knew that she couldn't really challenge Serena Joy for any sort of power, even though at sometimes maybe June would do that. But like for the most part, she knew she didn't have any power. She didn't hold
Right.
any power, so she had to do things on the down low. Serena Joy was a commander's wife, and so she acts like a commander's wife still to me, and she and Wheeler are like fighting for this power in this house over the baby, over
Right.
bodily autonomy, over over the husband, because as soon as Wheeler finds out that Serena
she's
Joy
a
was talking
whore.
that she is a whore, she goes down there and
Yours.
smacks her in the face twice. She hit
I
her
know,
twice.
on both sides. She knocks the shit out of her.
I screamed. I was like,
Mm.
I couldn't believe it. Mm.
But she had a really crazy looking around when she did
Yeah.
do that at that moment. She looked insane, that lady.
I was waiting for Serena Joy to hit her back.
I wish she would have. That'd have made it a lot more interesting.
Oh my gosh. But Wheeler's like, well, I'm going to accompany you to the center then. I'm going with you. You're not going by yourself. And again, everybody keep your eyes on her because she's a runner. She's a runner. She's a
Right.
track star. Okay. At the
Give
center.
her some Adidas.
They don't let her wear Adidas here, okay? She gets clogs, Swedish clogs. She's got her
Well,
skirt
she
back.
definitely she had her skirt back in the scene where they were taking the pictures.
Yeah.
But when she went to the center, the first fertility center, she's dressing lately like I don't know. I guess like a mom. I guess that's what people think moms should dress like. I don't
Actually,
know.
that's what she believes a mom should dress like. She says, I'm a mother now, okay? I'm a mother. I can't be crazy girl anymore.
Or maybe Miss Wheeler puts her clothes out on the bed for her every morning.
I wouldn't be surprised. It feels more like
yeah.
Serena Joy is Mrs. Wheeler's teenage daughter who got pregnant and is, got a baby now in the house. Very Lifetime of the Week movie.
When she was pregnant, she had her long flowy hair. She had stiletto boots on. She was wearing
Like
pants.
business suits and shit.
Yeah,
right?
she was looking pretty hot. Now she looks like a frumpy mom. I mean, I shouldn't say that though, because she's very put together. She just dresses different. It's just different.
It's different, and it's more. It definitely looks like it's like an outfit under the patriarchy, honestly.
For sure. She looks like a sister wife used to look.
I do. There you go. A sister wife in the early 2000s, late 90s.
Yes.
I'm surprised she doesn't have the frizzy like 80s bangs.
Oh,
she
yeah.
should have some of those. But at the center, she does do like a really great job. Like they have to remember the reason why they have her there is that she's supposed to be the spokesperson for Gilead, right? And we see a little glimpse of her doing that and speaking to the other women about, she's not just like, yes, we're blessed by God. She doesn't just say that. She goes into all, she's a real good speaker because she goes into all of like, we are really blessed to, or we don't have toxins over there. We don't have things that could mess with your pregnancy over there. It was a really healthy pregnancy for me. That's why Gilead is so wonderful. I was like, oh, Serena Joy.
But she wasn't even in Gilead for her pregnancy anyway. So
I know, right? She's a liar.
She is a liar. She was literally in jail in Canada.
And Mrs. Wheeler's over there, and she's like, Serena! Shh, Serena!
And Serena's like,
you remember how we used to do with the dogs? We go, shh. That's what Mrs. Wheeler's doing to Serena now. Do you remember with the neck that we would do with Birdie? And Birdie'd be like,
oh my God.
so basically what Wheeler's doing here.
I forgot about that. You always remind me of this crap I forgot about.
We were that came from Caesar Milan. We used to watch Caesar Milan like crazy and be like, "How are and our dogs were not that bad now that I think about it." But like we would like tackle them to the ground. It'd be like, "No,
we did it."
I did that with Gabby because she used to buy people, and so I'd like tackle her to the ground.
Like that big.
I held her down with 2 fingers.
Pounds.
She was mean though for a long time until like the last year of her life. She was mean to everybody.
I know.
My brother used to sit on the couch and Gabby wouldn't let him off. And then if he tried to get up, he used to have to throw a pillow at her and run real fast away from her, this little chihuahua, because she'd catch the pillow and throw it off to the side and run after him.
She did catch the pillow for real. She did do that. Anytime he would try to get off the couch, she would go at him and he would have to stay on the couch. I think it's just all the bigger
He's
kids
traumatized by little dogs now too.
Sarah.
This blind dog, we're so off topic. This blind dog, like from the neighbor's dog, like came over and wandered into the garage one time, and we like had her in the house until we found her owner, and my brother just went down to pet her, and she like screamed at him.
He's like, she tried to attack me. Oh my God, she did though. I watched her. She looked kind of crazy. She was like a pterodactyl.
Blind. He like
and
pet
she
her.
got
And
up on her
blind.
back feet and she screamed like a pterodactyl. He got so scared, and he was in high school.
He was old. He was like almost graduated. Oh goodness, back on track. This is how Wheeler is with Serena Joy though, and so Wheeler is also like, well, okay, so you need to go home now. I'm gonna keep Noah here, and tomorrow when I come back, I'm gonna bring Noah. This bitch is crazy.
And you're gonna stay home and rest.
This bitch is crazy. She's gonna show up. This is the woman who would have lured another woman on Craigslist with free baby clothes and cut the baby out of the womb and taken the baby.
Would have.
She would have done exactly that because she's going to show up to this center the next day and she's going to be like, "Yes, my baby." She heard everything Serena Joy said. She's going to be like, "Yeah, Gilead, I'm toxins, no Lysol. We don't have any of that."
And she's got her hair all pulled up. Oh, she already does though.
Yeah, she's just. I'm a little. I think last episode I said I'm not that scared of Mrs. Wheeler because. She doesn't seem as bad as Serena Joy. Serena Joy literally took down a country. Last episode,
you said you liked her.
I didn't say I liked her.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't say I liked her. I said
I'm gonna go replay it.
She's not even that bad. She's not that bad. Serena Joy's still worse.
She's bad. Well, she is. Serena Joy is worse, but
now she's getting crazy, and I'm scared of her too.
A longer period of time.
I'm scared of her too. We need to get out. I'm sitting there thinking. I'm like writing down on my notes and watching TV. I'm like, Serena Joy, we gotta go. We gotta go, Serena. Come on.
She got away.
I always pictured Serena Joy like hopping the fence though. So I just had this like idea of her like bundling the baby up and throwing her over the fence and then hopping the fence herself and going to take the baby. I don't know. I thought that's where we were gonna end up. I don't know why. But so Serena Joy, like, I guess it's just because she was told earlier, right, to go pump. She needs to be pumping bottles, and she didn't. So now she has to feed the baby, and Mrs. Wheeler is pissed.
Oh, yeah, she's mad. Yeah.
She does not want Serena Joy breastfeeding that baby anymore. And so Serena Joy finally convinces them that she needs to go feed the baby really quick. She goes back there. The nanny kind of like helps her out. This nanny is too good for this show, by the way. These people. She's too good for these people.
I mean, how do we know she's there on her own free will?
Is she Mayday? She can't be Mayday.
I don't know.
They don't even belong to Gilead. She's not Mayday. She's just like
Mayday's everywhere.
Is she a prisoner too?
I mean, I don't know. We don't really know anything about her, but I really believe she's she knows what Serena's doing, and I think she's trying to help Serena because I see when what's her name? Alanis. I see when Alanis slaps her, the look on the nanny's face when that happens, she felt uncomfortable. So I think she's totally trying to help.
I think
she's like a Martha.
I don't. Oh my gosh, we can't be calling people Marthas. I feel like that's offensive.
I mean, because that's in Gilead, that would have been her role, right?
I don't know what her role would have been. Were Martha's nannies technically? Like, who would have nannied? Would anybody have nannied? Did they have nannies? Was it just the handmaid? I guess maybe.
I mean, you can't tell me that the wife. No. First of all, they weren't going to let Janine take care of Angela all the time.
And Putnam
Second of
wasn't
all,
gonna do it.
I know Miss Putnam was too busy being a wife to care for the child all the time. So someone was. I feel like it could have been a Martha.
It could have been. I could see that. But so
anyway,
this this nanny is like way too. I don't even know her name. Do we have a name for her?
Nanny, Super Nanny.
Super Nanny. We're gonna call her Super Nanny until we get a name for her. So Super Nanny also takes the fall.
Super Nanny's name Joe. We're gonna call her Joe.
Joe. Okay. No, because I'll get confused, and then the next episode when I learn her name, I'll call her Joe. So we're gonna call her Super Nanny for now. So Super Nanny also like takes the fall for Serena Joy a little bit. He says, "Yeah, actually, there was a bottle. I just forgot to pack it. Like, oops, stupid me." Takes her to the back room, and then Serena Joy convinces her to leave. This is why I don't think that the nanny knew that Serena Joy was gonna take off. Because she seemed
a look.
She seemed a little bit hesitant to like leave her though. That's the thing. Is like,
well, when Serena said, "Can I have some privacy?" she looked at her. She gave her a look, and she was like, "Okay, here's the diaper bag. Take it." Well, Lana's probably put a tracking device in it.
It made me upset, honestly, because Serena Joy is just so selfish all the time. I know she needs to get out. I know she needs to take her baby. Hush. You're a woman. Let a man speak first.
Okay, Cody.
I know, right? I'm gonna wear a Cody wig for next Halloween. I'm having my little hair shaking. So Serena Joy is always just so selfish, though, and this nanny is going to be taking the fall, and she's gonna get in trouble for this. Serena Joy does not care about anybody but herself. She's not thinking, maybe nanny, come with me. Let's escape together. Let's go. Let's do something. She's just like, okay, nanny, go off over there, Super Nanny. You go get in trouble for me. I'm going to take off.
Did you not say this about June for like 4 episodes? I mean, 4 seasons, really like 3 seasons. You talked about how selfish June was, and I didn't see June. Well, June did a lot, but I didn't see her take. I know, but I didn't see her taking
She took as many people as she could.
I know she did. Well, she got the angel flight. I know. But I'm just saying. You know what? I would take off with my kid too.
I think it just, for me, what makes it different is that we have seen the pattern of selfishness with Serena Joy and a sort of narcissistic selfishness, and that she just only looks out for herself and only cares about herself. And I think this just like, again, reminds me of that. And I'm thinking, instead of me thinking about Serena Joy getting away, I'm thinking about the nanny. I'm like, the nanny's going to get in trouble for this. The nanny is going to be the one that has to deal with this. And so I do hope that the nanny was in on the plan too, because if she was, then she's prepared to take the fall, right?
Right.
And so I would rather that. But Serena Joy, like, it stressed me out, right? Because she's doing things. This is what I'm telling you. She's doing things on like a June level, but like sped up. It would have taken 3 seasons for June to push that door open. And Serena Joy is like, "Well, run him and check star, go."
She would have gone to push it, and then she would have looked up and stopped. And that would have been like
she would have opened the door. She would have looked at the camera and she would have gone close to her. It would have been the season finale, big music, something. Serena Joy fucking bolts. She's gone, and there's an alarm. I screamed when the alarm went off. I'm like, oh shit. Mrs. Wheeler's got a Glock. I know she's got probably a whip and a chain. She's gonna come out chasing you. She's gonna turn into like a full horror movie here. And she's like trying to flag down cars, and she flags down this car, and it's been driven by a blue-haired girl. Blue-haired girl.
She had purple hair.
Oh, was it purple hair? Oh, man, my blonde ass. Anybody with colored hair is usually liberal in our sort of societal outlook,
care.
Right? So Serena Joy did not care, and I at first thought the woman was going to be like, "Aren't you Serena June?" That's who she is now. Serena Joy is no longer Serena Joy. She is Serena June.
I'm going to start calling her that now.
Serena June.
Serena June. Come on, Serena June.
Serena June. She's gonna start looking into the camera, but not know where the camera is, and she's gonna catch the wrong view. But she gets in this car and they take off, man. And
I wonder where they go.
I needed more.
You think they go to June's house?
I hope this woman is like pro-America, because everybody
and then
in Canada
Rita opens the door.
What if she does? What if she goes, Rita, please help me?
And Rita would.
You have that avocado toast you like to make? I don't know. I don't know how I felt about this versus like the ending that we got, because I thought this was like, what a place to end off on Sarita Joy for this episode.
I agree.
Too. I was like, where the fuck are we going? She has maybe like a minute before somebody realizes she is gone. How far are you going to get down the street? Really?
Right.
You're going to have to
there's
jump out of
probably
that
cameras
car.
too. I was thinking, well, there's probably cameras everywhere. They're going to be able to see exactly what kind of car she got into. So.
And I just don't understand the laws of these countries, of Canada, no man's land, of Gilead, because does Canada care if she escapes? Is Canada going to go after her?
I mean, well, the thing is that she's not really free though, is she?
She's not. That's what I thought. She wasn't free. She was like relinquished to these people. But then again, these people are not following Gilead rules anyway. So how could she be relinquished to these people? How could Lawrence facilitate that? It just like, I'm confused. I need the rules explained to me.
I don't know.
I need like a law book put out, a Gilead, somebody on the Facebook page, and I know y'all are creative. Somebody come up with the law book for Gilead. Put it out, okay? I'll read it. I'll read all the laws of Gilead and Canada and this whole world. So the other part of the story is June. So again, we opened the episode with Tuello saying that we're basically going to go in. We're at this air hangar. We're going to send a bunch of planes in there, and we're going to go down. We're going to get the girls, and we've got it all set up. To me, it already felt fishy. I was like, this seems like we don't even do this now. Like this doesn't happen now, right? This sounds like more of like an assassinate bin Laden plot than it does like a rescue some girls plot, and we're not out like rescuing our citizens like this, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
I
if
know
this could
we
really
still have the
happen.
basketball player over there in Russia.
Oh, I know. I know. Where's the plane, Tuello? Where's the plane? Go get her.
I mean, she just had a vape.
She fucking was smoking weed. That's it. She had marijuana on her. 10 years over some marijuana?
Oh my God.
You gotta be kidding me. In Russia, nonetheless. She needs Michael Schofield. Okay, he needs to go and extract her. We're not gonna go into that again because I know you hate that show, but you know.
I don't hate that show. It made me kind of want to watch it again.
I think I do too. Maybe that'll be what we cover next.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, so Luke and June get to go and set up at the command center for what's going to be going down, right? And Twillo's like, well, other families can't do this. And June's like, I'm not another family. I'm June motherfucking Osborne, okay? I'm glad she's using that card now, okay? She needs like an FBI badge that says June Osborne on it. She has been
using it. And she used the F word several times in this episode. She basically said, hey, you can't keep me away. You only have the intel because we gave it to you. I didn't see the other families doing shit.
Nope. Nope. So I'm guessing other families. It is the other girls too, because other families are waiting on these girls as well. Okay. Yes. Case solved. Case solved.
We just don't get to see them, but I promise you, they're just as heartbroken and sad and messed up about it as June is.
Absolutely. But June gets a little something special. She gets an extra scoop of ice cream with hers. Okay,
well, she does, because she did go into No Man's Land and get the flash drive.
The intel.
There.
Okay. So she and Luke are watching this feed, and they're like, we're getting these cuts of Hannah in the school, and we're getting cuts of June watching the screen as the planes are going to take off, and it's like I was feeling it, and I clicked my remote, and I was like, okay, if we're at the middle of the episode, this is not going to go well. Right. I clicked, we were at the middle of the episode, and I'm like, son of a bitch, Hannah better not die. I was worried about Hannah. I've just got a very dark mind, and everybody dies in my mind.
I don't see it happening.
I don't see it now either, but I was worried about it. I was worried that she was going to get caught in some sort of crosshairs or something, because then they did say right before that, they're like, we have shooters that are going to shoot people as we're grabbing these girls, right?
Right.
Shoot anybody who's trying to stop us.
Aunt Paula.
So we do get a little bit of insight into this school too, though. And then they have this like circle of tents around their like circle of chairs.
Yeah.
So at first I'm guessing it's tents because they knew that people were going to try to get them, so they moved them into a space, right?
Maybe.
That's how I took it. But at first I was like, isn't biblically, isn't a woman supposed to go out and like live in a tent and like, I don't know, if she's on her like period or something like that, she's supposed to go out and live in the wild, or I don't know the rules on that. I think that's true. I think that's true. You're supposed to go live in like a stick hut or something. You're not allowed to be in the main house.
Well, that wasn't a stick hut. Those are cute little tents.
Cute little tents. But so Hannah, the real fascinating part was that Hannah had this book. Was she allowed to have a comic book? Was that a comic book written by them?
This was my favorite part of the entire episode. Oh, am I going?
No, go for it. Go for it.
So it shows Hannah with the book. She flips through. You notice in the book, there's no words anywhere in the book. It's just a picture book, right? But when she flips to the back and she pulls out a drawing that she had done at some point, and she goes to write her name on it.
And not Agnes.
Exactly. She writes Hannah.
So I think what you said in the last episode, where you feel like she was looking up at the sky and having her own memories, yes. I think we're there. I agree with that now. I think that is exactly what's happening, because we are cutting between that, her writing Hannah, and kind of like praying, and it's almost like she's praying and her mother's in the sky, you know, because then we cut to June, and it's like they keep giving these little moments of connection that are so brilliantly done, and like these shots like mesh so well that it does give me a lot of hope for the reunion, and I feel like we're gonna get the reunion pretty soon. I think we are.
I hope we get some kind of reunion, because I want to know what Hannah's reaction to her is going to be. But I think she knows who she is.
I think she knows who she is. I do think she knows who she is, but I also think that maybe she had been scared of June beforehand, because people were putting her in a fucking glass box and they were telling her this crazy woman's going to be there and it's for her own protection. And like, but Hannah's getting older now, right? Like she's graduating into different school. She's getting older, and she's able, when you're getting older, you start questioning certain pieces of status quo. You start questioning what people are telling you, what adults tell you. You start like, that's when you're starting to form your own sort of like judgment, you know? And I think Hannah's doing that. And she's like, I have these memories of my mother, or like, you know, who came before me, or who was with me.
I think she does.
Know? It's the only memory that they have on film, okay? It's the aquarium. That's the only memory she got.
I mean, it never shows her having a memory about Luke, but I'm sure she does.
It's them at the aquarium, though. It's Luke and June at the aquarium. So, yeah.
That was exciting to me.
It was exciting, but then, like, immediately after, you know, something goes wrong. They, like, move June and Luke out of the building, and I'm like, shit. I really hope that like they hadn't gone into the building and accidentally like shot some of the girls, because this is going to create a whole big government thing. We'll never live this down. But Twella comes out and he's just like, white as a sheet. And he says basically that as soon as the planes crossed over into that they were shot down. They were taken out immediately. Because
Gilead is some just major powerful country that I don't even know where Gilead is.
I don't freaking know. What were they doing? Sending slingshots up there?
I don't know.
Some stupid shit.
But yeah, anyway. And everybody died. There was no survivors.
I felt so awful, because the last thing that Commander Vance told June was, I'm going to go get your daughter so I can come home to my daughter.
Yep.
And now he's never going to come home to his daughter. Those moments in TV shows and movies always hit me the hardest, is when somebody has a plan to do something and they never come to that plan. Whenever the Uvalde shooting happened, I just kept thinking those kids planned to come back to their bedrooms. They left something in their bedroom. They left their bedrooms a certain way. They planned to come back to that, and they will never come back to that, right? So like this kid, this daughter that he planned to come back to, he will never come back to his daughter. She will just never have her dad again. And that's so sad. And but what made it even crazier is June gets a call from Lawrence.
I don't even know how I feel about him now.
Let's sidebar into Lawrence really quick, because now he's married to Mrs. Putnam. They're getting married.
Well, we don't know. She didn't say yes.
She did. So she didn't say yes at first.
Was that when
but
she
then
went there?
She basically has bridesmaids now, and they're like, "Oh, is she allowed on the wedding party?"
Oh yeah, and he was like touching her shoulder, and yeah.
And Mrs. Putnam really, they like tell her she has a choice, right? Lydia tries to be like, "You have a choice with this," but I don't think she really has a choice. She doesn't have a choice. She's like, "What are you gonna do?" Mrs. Putnam's like, "Yeah, you can get me a little apartment at Brooklyn."
Like, what? Give me a condo. I can be like the sugar baby.
I'm like, no, Serena Joy, Mrs. Putnam, you're not gonna have this like, Full House moment. You have to be married. And I did think Lawrence was gonna marry Hannah. So Lawrence is gonna marry Putnam. Yeah, I was thinking that
too.
It's a real interesting turn.
Yeah, so I don't know what. Yeah. Anyway.
So Lydia is gonna. Yeah.
I felt like Putnam was going to do something. Someone commented on our last video and said, I wonder if Miss Putnam is the one that was recording Hannah. I don't know.
It wasn't.
It's a good thought.
So I'm 100% certain that was. Okay. So let's kind of wrap up the Putnam Lawrence stuff just so we can move on. They have lots of like commander meetings. Everybody's like at the house. They're having a big get together. Blah 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 blah. Mackenzie's there. All of this good stuff. Lydia is Mrs. Putnam's chaperone now. She has got a chaperone. I don't know why. Mrs. Putnam really has not done anything. Has she tried to escape? I don't know. Because why does she need a freaking chaperone? And then they also remark a little bit of concern. One of the other wives, out of like jealousy, is what it sounded like, talking about Rose's baby and like a genetic.
What was that though?
I don't
because
know.
She looked at Rose when she said it, so I don't understand exactly what was meant by that.
And then later,
do you have any concerns about genetics? And I'm like, what are the genetics we're concerned about? There's something.
What do we do to babies with like Down syndrome in this world? Do they live? Or is it like a Holocaust situation? And
are you talking about in Gilead? Because I was like, what do you mean? What do we do with them?
In Gilead?
I didn't know that. So honestly, I don't know what they would do, but like,
what if this baby had like a deformity or something? Yeah, that is what's scary. And
would it be? Gilead.
It made me think that that's something we need to pay attention to, because at the end, when June is talking to Nick, they're talking a lot about like, well, I have this baby coming. I have this baby coming. I have this baby coming. Okay, well, that's some foreshadowing. This baby's not going to come in the way that you're wanting it to come, and something is going to happen, and it's going to push you out of Gilead or something. See, I'm thinking too far ahead, and that's what trips me up, because I never get any of this right.
Yeah, future tripping.
Tripping. So I think that wraps up all of that stuff, though. So like, Putnam is going to marry Lawrence. So we go back to June, and Lawrence calls June, and she is pissed. And I love seeing the fury that she has here.
This was a good scene, and
it was real good.
Fantastic acting by her. By the end of the call, the way she was
and by him
and shaking, and I know.
I think he's gay. I think I've been seeing that he's gay. Oh, she's disgusted. Look at her, disgusted.
Do you mean?
Not Lawrence. No, the actor.
Oh,
yes.
I was like,
I think
really?
The actor.
But he's in Gilead.
You're like a faggot.
Shut up! I wouldn't. Shut up. You're gonna make everybody hate me.
No, the actor's. I think the actor's gay, so that just makes me like him more. But like, I think he did such a great job at acting in this too, because we don't get emotion from Lawrence all that often, right? We get like we get poker face a good bit, which is something that I find a really common theme between everybody who is like really assimilated to Gilead, like Serena Joy, Waterford, Lawrence. They all like Nick. They all make sure to have poker face all the time, right? They do not show emotion.
Yeah, Nick's is like the worst. I wish that he would thin his eyebrows out just a little bit, though.
Oh, no. I love a bushy eyebrow. I love it.
No, it's way too much for me. I love it. Entirely too much.
I wish it even connected in the center.
Oh, shut the hell up.
That's the only thing you'll ever hear me say nice about Nick. So Lawrence calls June, and she's like pissed, and she says, why would you shot those planes down? Why would you do that? And this is why I think that Putnam did not record that. It was him recording that, or he had somebody. I don't think he actually went out there and recorded it. I think he sent somebody to go record it, and then he sent that to June, and Luke. But he orchestrated that recording because he was setting up that plan for them to try to do that, so that he could shoot those planes down. I think that was his plan the entire time. Yeah. I truly do, because he...
I mean, it makes sense.
Because he knew... So the last episode was big on, like, the push-pull of June, right? Everybody wanted June on their team. And Lawrence is very much strategically moving to get June on his team, right? And so if he could show June that, like, aligning with them is not going to do anything for you, you're going to lose. You might as well come with me. That's sort of the strategy that I see him taking here.
Yeah. I think it makes sense. The only thing is, I wonder who it almost looked like Hannah, and we talked about this. I don't want to get into it, but it just almost looked like she knew who it was because the way she stopped when they were filming her. But maybe it's just because they were filming. So I don't know.
It could have been. It could have been either of those. And I feel like that's not going to be something that's even relevant. So I don't think it's going to even come up again. But it was a clear plan that Lawrence had to shoot down those planes. He knew that was going to happen. He knew they were going to try to do something. And so he moved the girls. He shot down the planes. And he's like, June, we still want you. Come over here. We need you to come over here.
It's just freaking insane.
I know. And I
almost really just did not like him.
We always knew this, though. We've been saying it all season, right? Is that, like, he is... As much as we do want to like him, we know that he is different from some of the rest of them, right? But he's still there doing the same things, right? June says it for the first time.
Yeah, she definitely says it.
She says, you know what makes it worse that you're doing this is that you know it's wrong. You know right from wrong, and you know this is wrong, and yet you're still being complicit with all of this, right? And I was like... I'm so happy she said it because somebody needed to say it. Nick and Lawrence are exactly like that. They are, as much as people want to stand them and like them and love them and think they're good people, they are still doing this.
Right.
So they're not going to flip over. What'd you make of June doing the whole thing with about the wife?
No, I thought it was brilliant because she was kind of, he was hurting her, basically. He's saying, you know what? If you want to be with Hannah, you got to come over here. We want you to essentially denounce what the United States did. We want you to talk about how bad it was, how stupid it was. But we still want you here. But that's the only way you're going to be able to be with Hannah. Yeah. She's like, I want Hannah here. And he's like, I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. And at that moment, she's like, well, your wife basically killed herself because she hated you and was ashamed of you. And she got him where it hurt.
I could not believe it that she said something
and
like
I watched her die.
I didn't even know that wasn't something that was known already. I guess I had forgotten that, like, people didn't know that.
No, because she didn't say anything. She just, Yeah, she did. I remember when it happened.
And he basically says that he kind of had a feeling that she was involved in it.
But you can still come anyway.
But it was also her choice, like she needed help. She clearly needed help, but
yeah, because he put her in that position.
She was never going to be able to get help in Gilead, though. They weren't going to give her mental health help. Are you kidding me? No. That she took her life into her own hands, and there's a lot of debate about if that should be allowed or anything like that. But like she did it, so June really didn't have any.
What do you mean if that should be allowed?
Because some people, there's a big debate on whether you should be allowed to kill yourself or not, whether that's your own prerogative or not. But so I think that was her own prerogative. It wasn't really June's doing.
Right.
But
what's anybody gonna do?
She still knew that would get Lawrence, though, right? And it did, and he started like crying, not like big crying, but like we saw the tears, and he almost seemed like too stunned to speak.
Yeah, it really got him in the feelings pretty bad. He was upset about it. It upset him. But then she was like, you know what? Fuck you. And yeah,
I liked when she did that. That's
because then he's like, oh, but you can come and be with Nick. You can come live by Nick, and y'all can like borrow sugar from each other.
I was so worried that was going to trip her up too much. Because it did at first. You know what?
Well, she stopped. Mm-hmm. But then she was like, you think that dangling Nick in front of me is going to make me want to go do this and help you out? No, you're wrong.
But Lawrence is like, yes, I think that is what will do it. Yes. I've seen you with it.
I know, right?
My gosh, I thought we were done with all of the Nick shit. But she gets off of the call with Lawrence and she goes straight to Tuello. I finally like Tuello now. Okay, he's getting me. And she goes with Tuello, and they are having a meeting of the minds, right? They're like, okay, well, so this is what we would need to do. She's like, I want to fight. It's time. Give me a plane. Teach me to fly a plane.
Let me run this show.
Give me a fighter jet.
I will get it done because you aren't getting anything done.
So they need to give her she needs to be part of the military.
I know. They need to give her a position. Make her a commander.
They need to give her Tuello's job is what they need to do.
I agree.
Okay. She's strategic. Agree. She's gotten shit done. What has Tuello done? I need his resume. I want to know what he's done, okay? Because he gave Serena Joy a cushy little apartment, okay, and then lost her. She's just gone. Look at his track record and look at June's. Let's do that for a second.
I think Serena's going to end up back with Tuello. Mm-hmm. Keep going. Let's keep going.
Oh, no. She's going to Tuello's house.
She'll let her in.
Purple hair girl. What is your Sage? Take me to Tuello's house.
Because they had a moment. She's going to go in there and they're going to do it.
Make a baby. They're going to make a baby on the Lysol-ridden table with all the chemicals.
Oh, my God. Okay, keep going. Are getting way too off track.
I don't know. Tuello, they basically they get on the same page, and he finally tells her that like he did make that deal with Nick, and that Nick rejected that deal. But do you want me to set up a meeting with you, Nick? Right. This is what I would need from you, right? Is I need you to flip Nick. You need to get Nick over onto our side because we need something. We need a win. Right. And she's like, yes, we need a win. And so she meets with Nick. I'm like, I could have thrown myself off of my porch. I don't have a balcony anymore, so I got to throw myself off the patio. But I'm so over all of the June and Nick shit. They are done, donezo. Okay, why are we still having little meetings? And I was so scared they were gonna kiss. I was like, don't do this.
I think she thought they were gonna kiss.
She
thought
did.
He was gonna kiss her.
And he don't give a shit anymore. This is what she needs to understand, is that he does not care anymore.
He said, I love you.
Don't cheat on Luke. Don't do it. Okay.
No,
you don't get to
be. I hate that. I love Luke.
You don't get brother husbands.
I'm
June.
Team Luke.
You don't get brother husbands.
Yep. Even everybody's saying all the bad stuff about Luke. I'm Team Luke. Sorry.
What do they say about Luke? They say he's a do nothing.
He's a do nothing. He did nothing the whole time she was gone. But what the heck was what they want him to do? Exactly.
Such bullshit.
Yeah.
They basically have the meeting, and
I don't see Nick doing anything.
Yeah, it is. This meeting is fruitless, though. It's like it means nothing. It means nothing.
Well, she doesn't get anything accomplished because basically he's like, I can't leave. I have to protect my family. Rose's dad is a high commander, and I don't know. We have genetic issues, and Rose
is about to give birth to a beluga whale. I guess we got some genetic something here. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I got to be around to stick and watch out. Okay, maybe we should be taking care of Nicole, which we haven't seen this episode either.
She is with Rita.
She's working the night shift.
She must be the one I talked to when I called AT&T yesterday.
12-hour shifts at the hospital is what she's working.
She's DoorDashing.
Oh my God, little Nicole is DoorDashing. I don't know. June is just her and Nick have a moment where they just leave each other, but they already did this on the phone earlier.
I know.
Why do we keep doing this?
Well, they've done it in person too. And then he's like, can you tell Nicole I love her? Tell her I miss her and I think about her every day.
Go see your daughter. Go see her.
Where's the check?
Exactly. Where's the check? Okay. Because I'm about to take your ass for child support in a second. Because you're a commander. You're making money. You're making a lot of money. You can't send nothing. They don't have an currency exchange rate from Gilead to Canada.
Oh my God.
Like,
yeah, I thought that was full of shit. The only thing you ever gave her in her whole life was that dumb little doll.
She threw that shit away. She said, I'm too old for this. I'm at the ripe age of 1. I'm old. I can't do this no more.
I got my license.
She done.
I got a hardship license.
She said, thanks, Dad. I'm out here Ubering for protesters who hate my ass.
Oh my God.
But they have their little moment, and it is like so cringy to watch. Like June expect the kiss, and he just like fucking walks off, and I was just like,
I know, because for a second I thought he was gonna kiss her too. He's like, I love you, and she's like, I love you, and then all of a sudden he was like, and turned and walked away, and she was like, yeah.
He doesn't. He jumps from woman to woman. He's
Yeah.
on his second marriage. He's had one mistress. Okay, this is not the guy you want to end up with, June. Okay, but so then we have a vigil at the very end. Our last scene is a vigil, sort of like a little memorial for all of the the rescue team. It was real sad, and it was even sadder that you had these protesters that are in the back. The protesters just don't sit right with me. It feels like an afterthought because it was written so quickly into the last episode. We didn't see any build up. That they seem like an afterthought for me.
The protesters?
Yeah, the people who hate like the Americans, all the Canadians who hate the Americans.
Well, I think the purpose of those protesters were those are the people that are Gilead supporters that are in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's what I think, because, we have all these supporters, everybody who's obsessed with Serena, blah, blah, blah. I think those are the people that it is. And I think that, they're against them. And even going back, the commanders all talked about how, who was it? Japan and I don't know, Russia and somebody were all like congratulating them for shooting down the plane. So yeah, that's what I think it.
Big bunch of bullshit is what it is. This whole damn thing. And somebody
It's like Westboro Baptist Church.
That's what it felt like. It's what it felt like. I want an update with them. I need an update documentary with them because
Shirley Roper Phelps.
I know. Singing. I just remember her singing that damn Crazy Train song on the Tyra Banks show. So weird. I wonder why. When are they going to end back up on TikTok? Right? Do they have a TikTok? I need to know if the Westboro Baptist Church is on TikTok. Yeah, that would be something. I need to see them doing some TikTok dances.
I'm gonna look it up right now while we're talking. Anyway, keep going. Do
you think Shirley Roper Phelps is singing "Daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something, but it's holy"?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they have this vigil for everybody. Vance's daughter is what I took from it, right? It's Vance's daughter that goes up and tries to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and she can't really remember it because she didn't really grow. Her age looks like she wasn't even born when the United States of America was even a thing.
Right.
So June goes up to help her with the Pledge of Allegiance, and people start shooting at them. Somebody tries to assassinate June.
I know. And she saves the little girl. Throws
I was scared for a second
of the little girl. I know, I was too, because I didn't know if she was gonna like raise up and there was gonna be blood under her, or that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the little girl got hit, and I don't know. My mind was going all kinds of places, to be honest.
Something. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think. Do you think it was somebody like actively trying to shoot June, or do you think they were just shooting up the group of Americans there?
I mean, I don't necessarily think they were trying to shoot June. I think they were just shooting Americans. That's what I think. But I could be wrong. That's just the way I took it.
Well, that's where we end, and it was like they're real good at the cliffhanger endings, and so the next episode is the last episode. Did you watch the preview for the next one?
No, not yet. I didn't.
It looks like they're gonna be.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it.
You don't? Okay. Well, then
I don't know.
We'll save it and we'll make it like a secret. And you can just go into it.
Because it's the last episode.
Yeah. We're going to have something. I always cry at the last episodes. So I'm like, I don't know. Nothing will ever beat the plane. The plane, you can't beat the plane, Fidelity.
Yeah, that was pretty much the best one. I was crying like a
My
baby on that.
gosh.
I was like
It's terrible.
sobbing, crying. Oh my gosh, sobbing, crying. It was awful.
I know. Real
But
bad.
before we
Mm.
hang up, I want to tell you something that I just thought of when I said that, but it's
Okay.
not Handmaid related.
Go
So,
ahead. I think we finished this.
okay. The other day, I told you about this show from scratch.
Okay.
I watched the first episode. It was completely, I thought it was going to, I never knew it was a book. So I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, an Emily in Paris kind of show where this girl goes to Italy, blah, blah, blah. You don't even understand. I have not cried that hard watching a show in a very, very long time. And it was ripping my heart. I was sobbing. I'd watched the majority of it in the living room. We went to bed that night and I just decided I was going to finish the whole series. And so I'm laying in bed and all of a sudden this stuff is happening. And I'm like, oh my God, I just can't take it. And I put the blanket over my head and he was like, that's why I'm not watching it, because I know it's like that. And I just like started sobbing. I could not stop.
On which episode were you sobbing? The first?
It was the second to the last episode. No, the first episode, I thought it was just going to be like, I don't know, like an Emily in Paris kind of thing. But the show evolved into something I didn't even know and expect.
Maybe I should just watch Emily in Paris then, because I don't know if I need that in my life right this second.
It was such a good show, such a fantastic show. It was just really, really good, but I was not expecting the emotional roller coaster I was going to be on Saturday night.
From scratch. Okay.
From scratch. It is amazing. Amazing. It is such a good show.
From scratch. Okay.
And
it's got Zoe Saldana?
Yes.
I love Zoe Saldana.
Well, so do I. She's so beautiful. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm just, all I can do the whole show is look at how beautiful she is and how kind she is in the show, and what like a sweet, gentle, kind, beautiful person. And then she had me crying so bad. And oh my God, you don't even understand. I'm not telling you what happened.
You make it sound like he dies. Do you know, have you ever seen the movie Me Before You?
Yes.
That one, yes. Alastair cries every single time. And he always wants to watch it. Always wants to watch it.
I thought of him when we watched this. And Alastair, no, I'm going to tell you. I shouldn't even tell you this on. Right. We were sitting in the chair. We were sitting in the living room watching this, right? And all of a sudden, I hear this noise. And I look over and I'm like, what? He was sobbing at this show. Alastair would lose his mind.
He probably would. Alastair would cry at the wedding planner.
So
he probably would cry at this one too.
It's so good. You got to watch it. It's so amazing.
How many episodes?
I'm watching Love is Blind.
I'm not gonna watch Love is Blind. I'll have to stick out of that one. I can't do that one. Can't do that one. Good. Emily in Paris is coming out in a couple days, or should be coming out later this month. Sex Lives of College Girls. Have you watched the first season of that? You need to watch the first season of that, because it's about to get the second season's about to come out in a couple days also. So you should get on that.
I haven't watched it. Jenny and Georgia is coming out this month. I don't know if you ever saw the hell is that? Jenny and Georgia. They call it like a. When I first saw it, it was like, it's on Netflix. They called it like a Gilmore Girls, a modern day Gilmore Girls. I wouldn't really go that far because I love Gilmore Girls, and I don't think this is half as good as that. But it was good, Jenny and Georgia. So I can't wait for the second season. Anyway.
Why is she sitting with her daughter like that? He dies. I know he dies now.
You don't understand how good. You can never even imagine how good it is.
From scratch, a cry guide to Netflix's. Somebody wrote a cry guide.
See, I mean, I have not cried like that watching something I mean, I tear up sometimes, but I had to cover my face and I was crying so bad I could not stop.
We'll have to watch. Alastair, I think, would actually really like it. And now that we're out of spooky season, I have to let him watch a couple other things that are not just scary.
Good.
You know what else is really good with Zoe Saldana? Gosh, it is so good. You know what? You and I should just do it. Okay, we'll do it. Crossroads with Britney Spears and Zoe Saldana and Taryn Manning. Okay, I agree with you. We'll do it. Do you remember when I went to see that in Germany? And nobody would go with me. I went to everybody's house and asked them, and everybody automatically just all of a sudden hated Britney Spears. Nobody would go to see with me. So I took my barefoot ass to the movie theater on base and went and sat in the front row and sat there and watched it.
You know, when you say stuff like that, I know people think I'm a terrible parent, but they don't understand.
Well, no, we just played outside. That's the thing. It's like...
One, they don't understand what it was like right there, that the movie theater was just like right literally right there, and it was... It was our apartment right here, and this is it was all within. It felt like all within one football field. I mean, it was so close.
So there was the apartment building, our school, and right next to our school was the movie theater. So it was all in one square.
Yeah, I mean, I stayed home. I was like a stay-at-home mom, and I literally could hear Zachary on the playground every day at school playing. I could hear him. I knew when his recess was because I could hear him on the playground. That's how close we were. Mm-hmm.
Goodness. That's because I'm so quiet.
Those were good days, though.
They were. It was, you just don't, I don't know. I haven't lived in a neighborhood in a long time with kids who ran around like we did, you know?
I don't think they do that anymore.
Because we always lived in neighborhoods where you could just run around. You know, all the kids were always running around everywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, so we'll cover Crossroads, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Don't yell at us. We'll do it. I promise. Okay, well,
for people to tell us what they want us to because we only have one more episode of Handmaid.
Next week is the last one, so we have to figure something else.
Is this going to be done?
I think we should find a movie. Are we going
to cover something else?
I think instead of going into a show right away, we should go into a movie, or we could watch a season of a show. And maybe we'll start with the movie first. I can get Alastair to do From Scratch with me, and then we'll cover From Scratch in one episode. We'll just do one episode and talk about From Scratch.
And I want you to record him on the second to the last episode.
Well, I won't tell him though. I can't tell him about it.
Don't tell him. Just do it.
He'll, I don't know. He cries at Practical Magic every year too. Every year when we watch it on his birthday, he still cries.
Yeah, you don't understand. He's never cried like he's about to cry. Anyway.
Okay. Well, this has been our coverage of A Handmaid's Tale. We got one more episode, guys. This is so sad. I can't believe it. And let us know all of your thoughts, all of your predictions for the finale. Where do you think it's going to end up for the finale? What cliffhanger are we going to get for next episode? Also, everybody should remember that you were thinking about what character.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm going to ask you next episode. That's the one you have to remember it. What character
I decided already.
Has meant the most to you and why. Okay. So we will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See ya. Bye.